Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's have this intense conversation today. I'm going to call this video the purging because this is a real thing happening right now in the collective of energy. So within myself, and I'm watching my one-to-one clients really move through this next level of energy, taking all the work that they've done, all the activations, all the clearings, all the moving of energy, and we are now at this space in time right now where we are purging energy out, meaning energy that is no longer connected to this exact moment of time. And this is happening on multi-dimensional platforms. And let's just speak into this a little bit so you can have an understanding to what I mean. So a couple weekends ago, no, it was last weekend, I started my newest shadow darkness work, working around the womb and literally all of the sacral kind of energy inside of my physical form, but also energetically. And I'm working alongside a shaman who is helping me to unearth. We're using obsidian on purpose to unearth all of the energies or things needed in the physical form as well as energetically to move through into my next levels. So it just so happens that last week, like on Thursday, before last weekend, I was with her that day, and then at night I started to move energy through. So my body was releasing a lot. So whether it came out, whatever end it was coming out, and sorry to be graphic, but there's a potency in this that I really want you to understand, that as I was purging and as I was releasing it, there is no way my physical form could have had everything in it that was coming through. And I got really present in the space to understand and recognize what was happening. And it wasn't just from this lifetime. It was from past lives, which obviously we know if you're working within this matrix that the timelines are all happening at once. So it was like I was tapped in. It was like this one time was like, that was your colon from 1754. Or it came out with my liver at one point. I was like, wow, this really feels like a lot of liver. And it was like, yes, it's from the ancestral lineage of addiction. You were purging all of the literally the remnants of all of that addiction that went through my whole entire bloodline. And it's crazy to think like this, but I'm watching it happen in the scope of my clients as well, where they're getting head pressure, headaches, they're getting chills, they're getting fevers in their bodies, and it's our body now readjusting to being able to clear all of this mechanism that's running through us. So we are right now at a pivotal point of this acceleration of light, right? We know we're amplifying, we know we're stepping in, we know we're leaning in to this energetic capacity, but now our body is literally purging the rest of the energy through. So a couple things to note when this starts to happen. Surrendering is the number one key. The first thing out of everything. Normally, us as humans will try to make it go faster. So I had another client of mine reach out to me while this was going on, and she's like, do you want me to do some work on you? And I was like, no, because I need to go into the depth of what this feels like and is for me to gather the knowledge, to really pull it at the root to get it out. If I come in with different supplementation, or if I come in with an energetic work to move it faster, I'm not pulling the energy from myself to grab the lessons needed and understood and learned. So for me, a lot of the purging coming through was realignment of the things I eat, being really focused energetically to be able to step into the space and hold it, and being very conscious of what goes into my body, like not just food, but everything from toxicities of smells to, and I'm seeing it now in different products that I use. And although I do have a very natural alignment here, I'm shifting into creating my own toothpaste, like my own, like literally powder to clean my teeth. That is a purity of the products that I'm leaning into, right? Because there's a lot of fillers in the things that we use. And this isn't a health video per se, but in connection with my next levels, I need to be able to step in this vibration that I'm meant to hold. And when I have toxicity dropping into my physical form, I can't hold the vibration. Right? So for you guys, the first thing is surrendering. dropping in and allowing the process to move, following what the body needs. So one of the days I was told you need to go on a water fast, and it also dropped in I had to support with some sea salt to make sure that I stayed hydrated because of the amount of liquids moving through my body. Literally, it was like liters and liters moving out of me. So I kept drinking water, and I kept up with the sea salt, whatever amount was being driven through me and intuitively to here. But I surrendered. I allowed my body to sleep when it needed, to literally chill out with no electronics, to just be present. So I kept listening to where I was being guided and stepped in through the listening. Okay, so that's the number one thing. The next thing is you yourself can go into the energy to move it. So let's say you've got massive head pressure, right? And you're feeling the head pressure. And let's say you're lying down because you can't hold space being up right now because it's that intense. So what I taught one of my clients to do was to drop into the space, then go into the mind, because if it's happening in the brain, it's opening up more pathways, neural pathways, capacity to hold things, right? It's happening in the head. It's expansion of energy in the head to be able to hold more there, right? When you're purging, it's surrendering. But when you're expanding and feeling the pressure expanding, drop in. So here's what I said to him. I said, drop into your head and go to where the pain is. And where is the pain now? So maybe you now need to imagine yourself going into your temple and seeing the pain in whatever way it's showing up, and then allowing yourself to expand the container that's holding the pain. So you're literally going to visualize yourself opening it more to house the energy, right? Because right now what is most likely happening is the pain is inside this container that's tight and squeezing against it. So it's coming up as pain instead of expansion energy. So firstly, allowing that, and then allow yourself to pull the energy from the pain. Now, this is a meditative state that you would drop into to visualize this. Some of you guys are really amazing at visualizing right now and holding that space for yourself, and you see it and you can understand it. But as you're letting go of the pain, asking the question as to why it's here in the first place. What are you here to learn from it? What is showing up for you to step into? Why is this pain here for this next level of your expansion? And it's going to give you information. A lot of us don't drop in to find out why. We try to take things to move it quicker. We go see people to do something, when the purging of this is an example of what is needed at this time. Like right now, my back is a little bit tense through the middle part of my back, and I'm literally in real time going in my mind while I'm talking to you, why is it here? And my physical form is like, we need to be stretched more today to move some energy that's coming through my chakras along my spine, up the spine, the Kundalini energy, right? And opening that. I'm working a lot in different portal ways right now, especially with the sacral. So allowing that to open up and move through my body and bring the energy into me, right? So allowing yourself to feel that, to then drop in through your visualization into it, to pull it out, and allowing yourself to go there. Guys, sometimes we get so scared of what's about to show up, and I need to remind you of a few things. A, the pathway you chose was a pathway you've already chosen back before you were born, right? You've chosen this mission. You've chosen these skill sets. You've chosen these challenges to show up so you can learn from them, to step in and authentically teach through them. So recognizing this takes the heat out of things, right? You've already chosen this, and it doesn't mean that our pathways are easy when we make these choices. It just means that there's learning in it that we ourselves need to step into and understand. And the more we do this, the easier everything gets. And it doesn't mean that we will never have challenges. It just means that it gets easier and easier and easier to move through those challenges as we maneuver. Right? It's like one of those things that when we block the gap and we block these things from moving through us, and we inhibit ourselves from fully stepping into this space, is in that space of time where we literally dismantle all the things. And it's in this space that we're able to really maneuver and see and be in, and then take the heat out of it. So it's not this like big charge. We pull the plug, allow it to dissipate a bit so that we can fully step in and embody it. It's when we're resisting and we're trying to push it away, or we're trying to shortcut things, that where the challenges come into play and they get more heated and more dynamic, and they move through things at a crazier rate. And if you can hear that, those are macaws. They're a little bit vibrant today. They have actually been really noisy all day long, which I love and appreciate everything about nature. But they're fighting some kind of fight together. Or maybe that's just the way they communicate. But anyways, holding space for that. So I wanted to remind you guys today, a purging is happening in the collective. And if you haven't felt it yet, it most likely is coming. So I lead in the energy of I go first. And every time I step in, I lead in this space of I go first. So if you're not feeling it yet, it's coming down the line for you somewhere. Some of my clients that are vibrating in an energetic field with me, that are really shifting in their capacity, are feeling it now. It's showing up in their lungs, in their throats, and also too looking at if you are having challenges in some key areas, especially around the heart and the throat. Most likely it's because you're not stepping into your truth right through the heart, and you're not owning your mission, and you're not speaking your truth through the throat chakra. So really looking at some of these things and the dynamics of it, and allowing your body to realign. And I wanted to share that today so that you don't feel like you're going nuts. Okay? You are not alone, my friend. Hold space for yourself. And the last thing I'm going to say to you is follow the cues of your body. Your body will tell you what it needs. Your body will say to you, I'm tired, I need to sleep. Your body will say, drink more water, drink that orange juice, give me this. I desire this to help me. Move my body in a certain way. Move me in a certain way. Go to the gym right now and lift weights, or go for that run, or do that yoga, or do that stretch, or do that dance. Your body is a beautiful, beautiful masterpiece that is pulsating in its own rhythm. Our job is to serve it and to listen to it. So follow the cues of your body. And last part is have grace for yourself as you move through. Don't use it as a crutch for procrastination, but have grace for yourself as you're expanding, as you're moving through, as you're evolving in this, right? It will pass quickly if you let it. It's the times that you start to resist against it that are going to literally not allow you to move through it. So I just wanted to pop on today and share that. Keep an eye out for some videos that are going to be dropping this week in connection with conversations about light warriors being unleashed. And I cannot wait to serve you guys in this collective of energy. I'll see you guys soon. Have a great day.